Penultimate race on the card on the Wednesday is the Fred Winter Juvenile Handicap Hurdle, a Grade 3 over 2 mile. Safe to say it's an extremely open looking race, and there are some extremely unexposed horses in here. And the first one, I think for one of the first times we might be mentioning, but this is Dan Skelton's Newbie Negra at 10 to 1. Just a 4-year-old, won a Class 4 on debut at Market Raisin by 9 lengths on good to soft ground. He did beat the 2 to 9 on favourite in Night Destroyer. I think we can safely say that form definitely stayed there as well, as he was 8 lengths in front of him when he finished second by Apple Shakira in a Class 2 race here. So you can see that form is pretty strong there, with Apple Shakira winning it. Yes, he was still on the bridle and he did make it look very easily, but to come second in there, it was a good effort. And again, just to show that it wasn't a fluke winning first time out, beating Night Destroyer. Was a Class 4 winner at 1 to 3 on by 8 lengths, and that was very easy as well. So it's safe to say this horse has got a lot of potential, and it is really unexposed in what looks quite an open Fred Winter this year. Second horse into the market is Active Valour for Paul Nicholls, currently at 12 to 1 on a 4-year-old. He's been campaigned throughout at a high level, really, so it's safe to say that he's used to this kind of race. He won a Class 2 at Newcastle by 2 lengths. The Racing Post were noticeably impressed with this, with the win here, so you've got to take that on a bit more value as well. He ran in a Grade 2 and finished 5th, a race won by We Have a Dream, who has since come out later this season and won a few more races as well, so that does look quite strong form. He was second to that same horse in a listed race at Musselburgh by 4 lengths, and he was 2 lengths in front of third, so it does look quite strong form. Like I say, he's been here most of the time. He's got a bit of class to him, but does he hold as much potential as Newbie Negra and a few of the other horses that we're going to touch off in here? We're looking next at Nicky Henderson's horse at 12 to 1. This is Star de Garde. Does need a big step up in form. He's won a Class 4 in his British debut at Newbury. He won that race quite readily, beating Dr. Bartolo, who has come out at Warwick last week, winning by 16 lengths. He was disappointing next time out when he was 4th on soft ground at Huntington, went favourite. So for me, I do worry a little bit about the ground itself and the hill, especially on soft ground. So it's well worth an entry into the race, no doubt about that. But for me, it's got a lot to find with the 2 horses that we've just mentioned. Another horse in here that I really like as well, no surprise that it's owned by Gordon Elliott, but this is Machuca, 14 to 1. He's really strong form. He's second behind Aspel Dallin, third behind Aspel Dallin, and a far class over in Ireland, so you can see that the form does look very strong. He's had 2 easy wins at Fairy House, both on soft ground, 8 by 8 lengths when he was even money favourite, and 4 to 9 favourite when he was still on the bridle all the way. The win wasn't far in length that time out, but like I say, because he was on the bridle, it was very, very easily, trust me. Like I say, this is my bet for the race, and that is Machuca. Ostrach and Lenore for Ben Pauling is another one here at 16 to 1. He's had 2 races in Britain. The first one was at Ascot, where he was second. Quite a strange race, really. It massively fell apart with 2 fallers at the last fence, leaving him in front. Nayati was the favourite of this race, and Nayati did collar him late home, but Nayati has come out since, and in that race, Nayati was 99 to 1 in running. Sorry, 999 to 1 in running. So it's safe to say that that race massively fell apart. He probably got lonely and a little bit tired in front. It's not strong form at all, as like I say, Nayati's come out in Class 3 since and been beaten. He was Class 4 winner easily at Market Raisin in February when he was 4 to 9 on. So it looks to see that it maybe just needed that bit of education and the first Britain run. For me, he's got a bit to find in the race. From my angle in here, like I previously mentioned, is Machuca to win the race. Strong form behind a good yardstick. He's used to soft ground in Ireland. Newbie Negra should also run his race, being unexposed. But for me, Machuca wins it. Newbie Negra to be second.